Ever looked at a masterpiece and thought they were just born that good? The ones who seem gifted, effortless strokes, instant genius. But what if that's the most seductive myth in art? Today we'll explore, is talent overrated? We'll lean into science, peek behind the canvas of artistic prodigies, and meet working artists whose journeys prove greatness is earned. Talent gets thrown around a lot in art circles. Parents worry their kids aren't talented. Galleries hail geniuses. But is that meaningful or just a comfort excuse? Geoff Colvin's Talent is Overrated argues that excellence largely stems from deliberate practice, not inborn gifts. He says, the great performers isolate remarkably specific aspects of what they do and focus on just those things until they are improved. In art, that means repeatedly sketching that hand, analyzing color shifts, mastering perspective, not magic. A Reflective Artist blog states bluntly, talent is actually a minor player in the creation of fine art. Brilliant art. The truth of the matter is that more about work than it is about talent. So right away, talent is often a myth, or at least not the starting line we think it is. Deliberate practice, goal-oriented, feedback-driven, challenging work is repeatedly shown to be the backbone of elite performance in domains from music to sports to business. But what about art? While direct meta-analyses per se are limited, the principle holds. Mastery arises from targeted, repeated effort, not casual dabbling. Additionally, research in sports underscores this. For example, even golfers who practiced relentlessly may not reach elite status. Innate abilities still matter. One study found that people do have natural ceilings to their talent. Training was not explaining nearly as much as it should. So yes, practice is necessary, but not always sufficient. In art, your learning speed, visual memory, or creative instincts may give you a running start or a plateau. Lorenzo Scott didn't hold a paintbrush until age 25. He worked manual jobs. Then, after visiting the Met in 1968 and falling in love with Renaissance masters, he taught himself. He studied reproductions and original works, observing techniques, experimenting with glazing and composition for hours. Over decades, he emerged as a celebrated artist. Lesson: Scott had keen observation and iron will, not pre-programmed genius. His mastery came from decades of deliberate, self-guided learning. Kelvin Okafor is a British hyper-realist pencil artist. His drawings are often mistaken for photographs. He began honing his craft at age 15 and then formalized training through art school. He said that spending long hours completing a portrait is meditation to him. Okafor's mastery didn't emerge overnight. It's the result of thousands of exacting hours tracking light, texture, shadow. Again, not mystical talent, relentless dedication. Our Patrick Fagerberg had no art training until a therapy session triggered an unexpected drive to paint obsessively, up to 20 hours a day. Within a year and a half, he produced 300 works and garnered gallery representation. His story is rare, savant syndrome, where an extraordinary artistic ability emerges suddenly. Lesson: this is the exception. Fagerberg's case shows that certain brain wiring can spark rapid output. But for most of us, slow, purposeful practice is the only sustainable path. Tom Keating was an art restorer turned prolific forger. He claimed to have created over 2,000 believable old master paintings across centuries and styles. With no formal training, he studied techniques, materials, aging, brushwork to fool experts. Keating's story flips the born with it myth on its head. He studied every nuance of painting legacy, then practiced replicating them with such precision that he deceived the art world. So what's the pattern? Artists like Scott and Okafor demonstrate that practice, especially deliberate focused practice, builds skill. Keating shows methodical replication can mimic mastery. Fagerberg highlights rare neurological cases, but research also warns natural ceiling effects exist. Just as in sports, not everyone reaches Picasso or Monet levels, but that doesn't invalidate the journey or the development of a unique voice. Also, talent myths can be harmful, discouraging newcomers or misattributing progress. They can create destructive mindsets like, if it doesn't come naturally, I'm not cut out. Let's break down the key ingredients behind artistic mastery. Deliberate practice, isolating micro skills, e.g., shading, proportion, practicing with intent. Perseverance, artistic grit, sticking with difficult work long after instant rewards fade. As Duckworth's grit research showed, in domains like spelling bees, deliberate practice mediates the grit performance link. Observation and feedback, studying masters, peer critique, self-review. Scott did this solo. Teachers in deliberate practice help refine focus. Supportive environment, gallery access, tools, time, recognition. Even with raw drive, these lift art out into the world. Individual baseline differences. Some people have exceptional visual memory, creativity, or motor skills, but they must be cultivated. Here's your 7-step playbook to build or rebuild artistic skill regardless of your starting point. Choose a focused skill area. Portraits, color mixing, perspective. Pick one micro skill at a time. Set clear, measurable goals. E.g., accurately render a hand in 20 minutes with consistent shading. Practice hard, not just long. Quality greater than quantity. Deliberate practice is mentally taxing, not always fun, but far more effective. Farnham Street. Get feedback. Use peer critique, mentors, or timed comparison. Corrective input is essential. Track progress. Photograph early works. Revisit every few months. See how far you've come. Lean into observation. Copy master works. Study powerfully rendered paintings. Learn compositional logic. Build grit and habit. Show up even when it's tedious. Grit fuels the grind. So, is talent overrated? Let's answer it plainly. Yes, talent is often overrated as a mythical label. What differentiates artists isn't magic. It's decades of focused, deliberate work, but some differences are real. Visual memory, motor control, energy. They shape how you learn and what you gravitate toward. Yet the sweet spot is practice plus purpose. Mastery isn't about being born an artist. It's about choosing to become one. Art is inclusive, not exclusive. Every brushstroke compounds, every sketch teaches. If you feel stuck thinking, I'm just not talented, this is your reminder. Talent didn't hold Michelangelo's chisel. He did. Your hands, your eyes, your persistence matters more. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's doubting their ability. Comment below what micro skill you'll focus on. I'll pick a few and showcase progress in a future video.